All right, let's just jump right in. You know those kids channels on YouTube, the ones with like billions of views? Well, today we're going to break down how you, yes, you could potentially copy one of the biggest channels on the planet, CocoMelon. And the best part? We're going to do it using only free AI.
Just take a look at this number. Let it sink in for a second. $8 million. I mean, that's a life-changing amount of money, right? But what is it?
Well, that is CocoMelon's estimated ad revenue. But here's the real kicker. That's per month. Every single month. It's insane. They've basically built this YouTube empire on a super simple formula, you know? Bright colors, songs that get stuck in your head, and these really gentle themes that are just perfect for toddlers.
Which brings us to the big, juicy question of the day. What if you could create that exact same kind of content? What if you could tap into that huge audience without needing like a Hollywood-level budget? Seriously, what if you could do the whole thing with free AI?
So yeah, we're talking about a CocoMelon gold rush. And look, this isn't just about one channel hitting the jackpot. This is a whole strategy, a new kind of gold rush that's happening on YouTube right now. And honestly, it's way more accessible than you probably think. And here's the thing that gets me really excited. CocoMelon didn't start in some big fancy corporate studio, no way. It was started by regular people just like us. And that right there is the proof. It shows this model can be built from the ground up.
So what's the secret? How do you do it today? Well, it's all about AI automation. This is the great equalizer, right? It's the key that lets a single person compete, taking those huge animation studios and massive teams completely out of the picture. Okay, I can already hear you thinking it. Sure, CocoMelon did it, but that was ages ago. Trying to do that now as a solo creator, isn't that just a fantasy? And you know what? That is a totally fair question. But here's the thing. The source material for this explainer points out that this isn't a fantasy at all. It says that right now, hundreds, literally hundreds of small channels are absolutely blowing up using this same exact AI strategy. We're talking about channels pulling in thousands of dollars a month just by following this blueprint.
And here's the craziest part of the whole deal. The claim is that you can make this kind of content in under 5 minutes. 5! With, get this, 0 creativity needed and 0 editing skills. I mean, that sounds almost too good to be true, right?
So how on earth is that even possible? All right, let's get into the nitty-gritty. Let's look at your AI toolkit, the actual free tools you'll need to build your very own CocoMelon-style video from absolute scratch. Okay, so it all comes down to a pretty simple 5-step process. First, you need lyrics. Then, you turn those into a song. Step 3, you generate images for your story. 4, you animate those images. And finally, step 5, you put it all together. Let's break down each one.
All right, first up, lyrics and music. You're going to use ChatGPT as your songwriter. Now, the source for this explainer actually has a special text file you can just upload. It basically tells the AI exactly how to write in that CocoMelon style. It's pretty cool. Once you've got your lyrics, you just copy and paste them over to a tool called Suno AI. And boom, it creates a whole song for you.
Okay, now for the visuals. This is where it gets really fun. You're going to take those lyrics to an AI image generator, in this case, one called Google Whisk. You just describe what you want to see, and it spits out these bright, clean images. Then you take those pictures and drop them into an AI video tool called Kling AI, and this thing is like magic. It just animates them, turning your static images into little video clips. Okay, so you've got all your pieces, right? You've got the song, you've got your animated clips. It's like a little digital Lego set. Now it's time to assemble the final AI video. Now pay attention here, because the specific settings are super important. This isn't just about clicking Generate. In Google Whisk, you have to set the aspect ratio to 16:9 for that YouTube look. And you've got to make sure this weirdly named special toggle is on. It's called Nano Banana. Seriously, I have no idea why, but apparently it's the secret sauce for getting that clean cartoon style. Then for Kling AI, you just pick standard quality and a 5-second duration. It's these little details that make all the difference. And the final edit, honestly, it's ridiculously simple. You just import everything into a basic editor like Premiere Pro, drag your song onto the timeline to set the length, then you just start placing your little animated clips wherever they match the lyrics. You can sprinkle in a few fun sound effects to make it really engaging, and that's it. You're done. And that's it. Really, a complete CocoMelon-style video is finished. You've literally gone from just an idea to a finished, animated, musical video that's ready to upload to YouTube.
And you did it all just by piecing together what these free AI tools gave you.
So, we've gone through the how, right? We've looked at the tools, the settings, the entire workflow from start to finish. But that leaves us with one last and maybe the most important question of all.
Look, the tools are here. They're ready. They're free. And they're easier to use than ever before. The blueprint for this kind of success is out there for anyone to see. So the only real question left is, what story will you create?